Hello, hello. I think everybody can hear me. Let me clean up a little bit of what I'm doing here. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope you can hear me. We had a little bit of a pre-party image and some music going on there. So let me just adjust a couple things here so that we can get ourselves going. I hope everybody is doing really well. Let's see, let me just grab a few things and move them around, get rid of them. Awesome, we're all set. It's good to see everybody. This is a daily show that I'm going to be broadcasting on the weekdays, except when there's like a holiday or maybe something is happening, that I may take a day off. Usually holidays fall on Mondays, or maybe a long weekend, a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I won't broadcast then. But this show is for those that want to be resilient creators. And I'm going to share a little bit behind the scenes so that you can get to know me. I'm going to share a little bit of encouragement. I am a online content strategist and a certified copywriter, but I'm also a Christian. And so I love to marry the two because oftentimes we need that encouragement to keep pressing forward with our work. So I'm going to share some encouragement, and I'm going to share a business tip on each show. And then I may have like a free offer at the end of the show. So this is kind of a new project. As we're working things out in the online space, we look at new ways that we can serve our community, right? And this is one of those ways that I'm trying out. I do have a format, but it may change. I'm trying to see what resonates with you, what you enjoy. So there'll probably be some tweaking along the way, but you can't tweak unless you're moving forward, right? And you're starting somewhere. So behind the scenes with me, what's happening? Okay, we just heard that we're going to be in quarantine for another 30 days. So that brings us to the end of April. So that's a third of the second quarter that we're going to be quarantined. For me, being in the online space, I'm used to being in the virtual platform. So work continues for me. Unfortunately, my husband is still working. My daughter's still working. My granddaughter, they're all living with us. We're all under the same roof. She's still doing school, but everybody is virtual. So all of my tools, my laptop went to my daughter. My iPad went to my granddaughter. My husband and I share an office, which is why I'm doing this live stream at 7:30, because he starts with his phone calls at 8 and he's really loud. So if you've ever been on a call with me one-on-one or a group and you hear a man's voice, it's his voice in the background. So this was the best time for me to have my quiet time in the morning and to be able to still be early enough while you're still getting ready, having your cup of coffee, to be able to get some encouragement and business tips. Some other things going on, not only has this situation gone on as far as the coronavirus, and again, I just want to thank the first responders, all the healthcare providers, the doctors and nurses, the cashiers at the grocery store. Thank you so much for just serving us and being there for us. Just appreciate it so much, everything that they are doing. There are some cases where some people have come down with the coronavirus, and if they have complications with their health, I have heard of some people that they've lost some loved ones. So my heart goes out to you if you're in that place, if your heart is broken because you've lost someone through all of this pandemic situation. I'm so sorry, and I'm sorry for your loss. And I hope that you have community, people that can rally around you. I do have a page dedicated for prayer requests that I will share when I add the show notes to both Facebook Live and to YouTube. So if anyone does have a prayer request, you can share it there, and we'd love to support you. So this past week and a half, I had my Quicken broke down. I had to call customer support, be on the phone because I don't know, just was not syncing with all my stuff. I needed to know where's my money? Where's my money? What can I pay? What can I not pay? So that wasn't fun. And then my phone died, or rather, I think I killed it. I think I overcharged the battery and it swelled. So I was forced to buy a new phone virtually. So my phone should be arriving today. It's going to be an iPhone 11. It's got like those 3 little lenses on it. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe I'll do a little review on the iPhone 11, tell you what it's like. So I had to spend a little extra money, be inconvenienced a little bit, but I still worked on my 90-day plan for the second quarter, and taking into account that we're still quarantined for the next 30 days, at least through the end of April. I'm still moving forward. This live stream is part of my strategy of what I'm going to be doing to serve people online. And then I did a summit last week. I ended the summit, so I try to end with implementation, with just encouragement, getting people to implement. And I think it went pretty well. I've gotten some great feedback from that. Today, I'm meeting with my my group coaching. I have a group coaching program that's in session right now. It's closed right now because we're working through some various steps. And so I look forward to that, because I always love meeting with my students and brainstorming things and teaching them things and seeing the growth. I just love that. I will be launching another one later in April, but I'll let you know about that later. And then what else? And then this show. I'm excited about this show, and I'm adjusting my mornings. I'm very protective of my mornings. I like my quiet time. I like my Bible time. I like to be able to, it's the only time I have where I can reflect, where it's quiet. And so I treasure that. I try not to have anything interfere with that. And I'm trying to get back into my walking regimen. Excuse me. I kind of got derailed a little bit because there was a lot of things going on in March. March was loaded. I had no bandwidth at all. But things are moving right along. And so I'm hoping that I can, again, get back into my rhythm of walking. And usually when I walk early in the morning, there's nobody around. So I shouldn't encounter anyone, you know, around the community here where I live. Okay, so today, as far as encouragement, I want to talk about, I titled it Oversized Shoes. And have you ever noticed kids, when they're really little kids, they would like to play dress up? And even boys, because this happened with our kids when they were little. My daughter would love to wear my shoes, especially if they were the high heel shoes, right? And my son, when he was little, he did the same thing with my husband's boots. He had these like cowboy boots, and my son liked to get into those boots, and they like came all the way up to practically his stomach. But kids like to do that. They like to wear their parents' shoes. And my little girl would wear my high heel shoes, and of course she'd be all wobbly, you know, because the shoes were too big. They were too big. And so as she tried to walk, she was unstable. And so she would try to catch her balance, but she was still wanting to wear those shoes, and so excited to eventually grow into a pair of shoes like that, right? And business is kind of like that. When we first start out, life is kind of like that, actually, life and business. There's certain things that will stretch us, and it feels like we're wearing oversized shoes. We feel out of balance. We don't feel confident to move forward because we can feel our ankles twisting and moving. But business is like that. But the thing is, much of what we pursue in personal growth, personal development, and in business, we are putting on oversized shoes most of the time. And we are trusting that we're going to grow into them. And then there'll be another pair of oversized shoes that we'll put on, and we will grow into those. And it will feel uncomfortable, and it will feel a little, we'll feel vulnerable, okay, as we're trying to move forward in those oversized shoes. So I want to use that story as an analogy. So when you put on your shoes in the morning, you remember, these shoes fit me, but what I have before me, whatever it is the personal development I'm pursuing, or whatever it is that I'm pursuing in business, maybe you're trying to lose weight, and it feels like those health shoes are oversized. Oversized, I mean, there's no way I'm going to lose the 30, 50 pounds I need to lose, right? It just feels impossible to move forward, and you feel vulnerable. But let me reassure you, my friend, that we all experience that when we're trying something new. It will feel uncomfortable. And I took a couple of notes here, and I actually started rereading some of my blog posts from this was from 2012. And I wrote down when negative emotions can overpower. And here, let me show you. In fact, I did a few notes. First of all, I want to let you know that you may feel derailed, but you are not defeated. And I don't want you to live within the walls of raw emotions that come with that when we're feeling like we're walking in oversized shoes. Raw emotions, when we just leave them to just be unharnessed, can feel like it derails us. But we may be derailed for a moment, but we're not defeated. So I want to encourage you in that area not to just react to the raw emotions that may happen from day to day, especially if we're facing challenges, especially if we're trying to achieve a goal. Maybe you have a goal this second quarter to launch your online business, or to lose weight, or to perhaps you're trying to learn a new skill. I mean, that would be amazing to do this, especially during this time when we're home so much. I wanted to share here our mountains sometimes. And there's a scripture that says faith can move mountains. And I always wondered why my mountains would never move. Not so much a physical mountain, okay? This is like a metaphor. But I wondered why those mountains, those challenges wouldn't move. But I realized that those mountains are often there to teach us to climb and to grow. And if they weren't there, we wouldn't be challenged to climb and to grow. And right now we may feel like we're facing a mountain with the coronavirus and everything that's going on, but we need to understand that this is an opportunity to climb and to grow. And I really hope, I keep saying this over and over again, every time I'm on a live broadcast, I hope things do not go back to normal. I hope we are changed. I hope we have fresh perspective. I hope we see life a little differently. Yeah, everybody's home and we're on top of each other. And sometimes it gets kind of like, well, I'm going to go to my room because I've had enough of you guys. But it's good being around everyone. I mean, it's kind of, we feel like we're all on the same team, helping each other and tag teaming with things that need to be done around the house. And last weekend, I had a little camping event with my granddaughter. We pitched a tent and we went camping in the backyard. I mean, we just become more creative, right? So our mountains often teach us to climb and grow if we're willing to do that. And the other statement I wanted to share with you is that you can scale your spiritual summit, whatever that is. That mountain that seems so impossible, you can scale that spiritual summit if you're willing to move forward in spite of the circumstances. And then here's something else when it comes to especially living in oversized shoes. Trials reveal our greatest thirst. Now, this came from a song that I loved, and it was probably playing a lot around 2012, around that time, but it was from a singer-songwriter, Lara story. And in this song, and it's called Blessings, she talks about how trials reveal our greatest thirst. There is a longing within us, not only for significance, but for meaning and how does life all work. And I know when I came to that place, I just had to know that there was more to life than just eating, sleeping, and working. Eating, sleeping, and working. Eating, sleeping, and working. I mean, there's got to be just more to that. And how did it all fit together? And I found that through my faith, through God and Jesus Christ. But I think circumstances sometimes reveals that inner thirst we have to connect spiritually with our Creator. So I wanted to share that with you, and some of the things that in the song that I shared about Laura's story in that Blessings. It's a beautiful song. I may put the old blog post up, the link to it, because in there I share the video where she sings the song, and it's illustrated with some pictures and stuff. But here's some statements out of that song. It says, healing comes through tears often, right? You got to feel to heal. What if it takes 1,000 sleepless nights to know that God is there? I mean, that's powerful. I love that in that song. What if it takes 1,000 sleepless nights to know that God is there? What if trials are his mercy in disguise? And that's the whole premise of her song. What if the trials in our life is really a blessing in disguise to help us grow, to help us maybe find a different way of doing things? And for many, that may be looking at different ways of working from home, working from your computer, where you can be more flexible with your family time and be able to have cultivate those relationships, right? But you can't do it if you're leaving and working 12 hours, 14 hours in a corporate setting. It's not for everyone. I get that. But for some people that want to do that, it's possible, and especially more than ever before right now, as long as there are problems and things that people need, there is room for people to launch an online business. I believe that with all my heart, because people are certain. Look, what do people do? Do people just call somebody and ask them, like, how do you do? No, they go online and they Google it, right? Google's become the big friend. And so, it's possible to do that now. And I think right now, here's my business tips for you guys is, if you want to launch an online business, I want you to consider learning a new skill. I'm sorry, I keep looking at the time because I want to make sure I stay within my time, because I moved my clock, because this little sucker right here, this little guy, he is loud. And every time I do videos, you can hear him. It sounds like the alligator in Peter Pan, you hear the tick tock, tick tock. It's really, really loud. And so I'm moving him over, and now I don't know what time it is. But anyway, that's why I was looking at time. But anyway, my first point here for building a business is, if you don't know what to do and you're looking like, I need to go back to school, or I need to do something, learn a skill. And it's possible to learn a skill online. There's a lot of courses out there. I mean, that's what I did when I realized, being in the online space, I needed to sharpen my writing skills when it came to copywriting, when it came to writing headlines, when it came to writing a page that I was wanting people to click in order to maybe download an offer, or to sign up for a coaching group, or for a one-on-one consultation. I realized that a lot of that, even the cover of a book, if you're an author, the back cover of the book needs good copy. And so everything that you see online, look at the way people are wording things. Some things are, you keep scrolling, and other things, wow, they engage you. And so I learned early on, I need to learn how to be a copywriter. And so I developed those skills and became a certified copywriter through Ray Edwards. So number one, learn a skill. I'm gonna put that right here. That was number one, learn a skill. Think of what do you want to learn? And is there a resource online that you can register for, or become a student of, and be able to learn that skill so that you can work from home? The second point is lead with your strengths. Oftentimes people have lots of skills and they just don't know where to start. Well, lead with what's comfortable for you. Lead with your strengths and cultivate your soft skills. Lead with those strengths, and that way you'll get some momentum, because it's something that's familiar to you. Now, business will stretch you. There are things that you're going to have to learn, but you can lead with your strengths. So the first one was learn a skill. If you need to learn a skill, okay, there's lots of tools out there, even to learn technology. And most technology programs that you purchase have tutorials that teach you and walk you through the process, so you can learn that. And then the second one was lead with your strengths. And then the third one is leverage your skills. Now this is different. This is different than your strengths. When you leverage your skills, you look to see, what skills do I have and which one can I leverage for such a time as this? Okay, so look to see what is it that you can leverage and create that. People use skills. I mean, people that are organized create planners and all kinds of things. I have a planner here. Here's my planner. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, it's got stickers on it. This with my 90-day goals. But this is cultivate what matters. I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. Cultivate what matters. Goal planner. And of course, I got stickers because my 7-year-old granddaughter thinks she's my assistant. She wants to take my photos. She wants to help me with my planner and put stickers on it and stuff. So I have stickers all over it. But some people could just be really organized. And I'll look at that beautiful planner that was created, and I buy it every year. So you never know what skills you have that you can leverage. So I just want to encourage you, and here are the 3 tips. Lean on, learn a skill, learn a new skill. If you feel like you are interested in something that you want to do, but you don't have all the skill sets yet, you can learn it. Or lead with your strengths, whatever those strengths are. And the third one is leverage your skills. Those are the 3 things that are going to help you. We're almost at the top of the hour. I think the show is going to be probably more like 30 minutes because I broke it down to behind the scenes encouragement and then business skills. But I want to share with you something with copywriting, because there's a huge demand for copywriters. I mean, certified good copywriters. Like, you can't just call yourself a copywriter and just do copy. But if you're a certified copywriter, and I'll tell you why I chose to use the Ray Edwards Copywriting Academy. In fact, I got certified last year, but I'm still in a program with them, learning and expanding on my skills. So let me share a little bit about it. When I enrolled, it is an entire year program, and you learn a different skill set every month. And then you submit assignments and they get reviewed, and you're assigned a coach. So they walk you through step by step with one different skill set, and there's required reading and so forth so that you can develop your skills. And then when you submit it, if you pass, then you earn what they call a badge. So let me screen share here and show you. And you can probably see that. Yep, here are the badges I've earned since for the first 6 months. I'm a little ahead only because I was already certified last year, but you notice that this red badge is for emails. So the art of writing email sequences, there's an art to that. And so once you pass, you win a badge. And then here's the blue one is on social media. Believe it or not, you need copy for social media ads, social media posts. The green one, it's hard to see there, but that one is educational based content. That's for writing like blog posts. There's a template, there's a way to write them so that they are engaging. And this badge, I earned it from submitting a blog post. Then this kind of teal color is for web copy. That's what you see a lot when you see people selling a course or something, you see web copy. This badge was earned for web copy. And then fascination bullets are those bullet points that you see. There is an art to writing bullet points. You just don't throw, random stuff. Like, let me throw an alphabetical list of something. There is a way to write bullet points because bullet points are important because people scan copy. So those bullet points have to say a lot, and there's a way to write them. And there's a variety of different ways to write them. And then the final one is a short sales page. That's usually a short sales page would be for something that's not like a high-end product. And so, so you can see that learning a skill, and if you wanted to be a copywriter, you could learn those skills. You could join like a Ray Edwards Copywriting Academy. You would be assigned a coach. You would take month by month lessons. You would be able to get your copy critiqued. You would be able to submit your assignments, and you'd be able to earn these badges so that after I believe it's a 6-month period, you can become certified. And then they have more training for people that want to deep dive into it as well for the whole year program. So it's doable. What I'm saying is it's doable. And so if you don't know what it is that you want to do, you can always consider copywriting. Now, I'm going to give you a giveaway today. It's called 7 Ways to Earn Revenue, Even Without a Website. Okay, it's a PDF document, and I'm going to give you that just to kind of kick some ideas around for you if you're looking to start an online business. So we're almost top of the hour. I think I did pretty good on time. It's 7:55. We have 5 minutes left. So I want you to, what I'll do is I'll add all the text into the Facebook page. So if you like what you see here on the Facebook page, just click like, and then you can also on the Facebook page, under the following, you can adjust the notifications so you can see the notifications on there. And then if you're watching from YouTube, I was looking for something. Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, then you would click subscribe. And then when you click subscribe, there's a little bell. You click the bell, that way you'll get notifications as well. So I will put all the links to the blog post where today's encouragement came from, and they'll see Laura's Stories song in there, Blessings. I will put in the giveaway as well. I'll put a link to the Ray Edwards Copywriting Academy in case you're interested in that. And I'll put that both in Facebook and on YouTube. And I'll also put the prayer link in there because if anyone, I don't want anyone to feel alone. You know, if you have a prayer request right now, if you are struggling in some way, or if you have maybe someone that you know is struggling right now, put the prayer request in there. And if you have any questions, you know, you can always chime in as well on Facebook or on YouTube. You can chime in and I'll be checking those as well. So last but not least, in these few seconds, I have got a webinar that's coming up next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You have your choice. And in this webinar, I'm going to be talking about online business. And I'm going to be tackling some of the things, some of the myths about online work, but I'm also going to be talking about what prevents us, you know, from doing online work. And I'm going to share a little bit about just the online space in this webinar. I think it's going to be really helpful. It'll give you some knowledge as far as what to expect in the online work and world and work that you can do online. So I'm going to share that link with you, and I'd love for you to join me for the webinar. It's going to be just a video just like this. You just chime in, and if you can't make it to the live session, there's different times on there. I think one's early morning, one's kind of late morning, one's in the afternoon. So there's some different times on different days that you can select. And I would just go ahead, click and register because there will be a replay. So if you can't join me live, you can always check out the replay. So let me see here in case we had any, I'm trying to check here. As we grow, I'll be checking and I'll try to be more interactive and to see, oops, sorry about that. I'm clicking away. See, that's one thing with new programs. You don't want to click away before you're ready. So, so in any event, I hope this has been helpful for you. It's really, you know, just thinking about, you know, doing a live show every day. I'm really being very mindful of what you need, especially if you want to be a resilient creator, especially if you want to create online space. And the encouragement part is there because oftentimes people get stuck there. They like have so many gifts, so much talent, but they can't get out of here. And so I just want to be that voice of encouragement for you that says, keep on going, keep on trying, keep on tweaking. You know, you're going to get there. You know, chime in. Let me know. What are you struggling with? How can I help you? I just want to be that resource for you. So if you know people that would be interested in this, I would appreciate it if you share it. That would be awesome. And I'm going to, at least for a while, post that it's coming up each day, probably for 4 or 6 weeks until it becomes a habit and people know that I'm on each day. So it's easy to share it because they'll see that the next broadcast is coming up. And it'll be every day, Monday through Friday at 7:30. I will be here, rain or shine, except if it's a holiday. All right. Well, that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining me. We are right at the top of the hour. I just so much appreciate you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to answer any questions. So for now, take care. Bye-bye.